Okay, that's awesome. Look at that thing. Goodbye, buddy. Okay, yeah, so that's a sick weapon. Means we don't have to worry about upgrading our stuff for a long time. Now, yeah, so Demolisher, up here, he's going to be very handy for when you get to Corruption. So what were we talking about before that interruption? It was Hearthstone, yes. Okay, so Malorn shovels back into your deck. Crazy good. Yeah? Basically gives you... he's always gonna be like late game. He basically is late game, you know? You can't ever not have him card to play in your deck. I think he might be 9 damage actually. 9 damage, 9/6? That sounds better. But he is pretty crazy. And means that Druid are always going to win Fatigue for the most part, unless you get Silence, but you know, Silence is always an issue. So yeah, so you have all that stuff. You have these really good ones, and then you have Bolvar, who is a what is he? He's a 1/7 for 5. Yeah, shit. But his text is pretty long. His card text is for every minion that dies while this card is in your hand, this card gains +1 attack. Yeah. So at first you look at that and you think, okay, so I have this in my opening hand, and I kill a bunch of stuff. I have recruits, you know, I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff to kill, especially in, you know, it's 5 mana, so I'm gonna eventually play it. But then you realize that that's only 1 mana per friendly minion that dies. That's it. So you have 4 things die by turn 5. That's you have a 5/7, which is very slightly above average. I mean, you can just play a Fugan, right? A 4/7 Death Rattle and have a better card than that, or it's slightly worse, I suppose you could say. And then even if you get it up to like a, you know, you hold on it, you know, it takes up space in your hand, and it comes out to like 11/7 or something crazy, and then it gets silenced and it becomes a 1/7, or it gets BGH. I guess that's all right. I mean, it eats up a silence, but still, compared, sweet gold. Can I mine it with this? Yes, cool. Compared to freaking Mal'Ganis and the Warrior Legendary, the Druid Legendary, I mean, the only one that's, I mean, it's easily the worst Legendary of the whole expansion, and it's just annoying, basically, for those of you that don't play much Paladin or Hearthstone, for that matter. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And then on top of that, Legendary being pretty shit, you have, what's his name? You have a bunch of other shit cards, basically. You have... Let me see, some of them are decent. Okay, so you have Muster for Battle, or whatever it's called. It's a 3 mana spell. 3, you get... It summons 3 1/1s and a 1/4 weapon. So... Stat-wise, not great. All the 1/1s die to mage abilities or pings or anything like that. And they're overall not great. There is another card that synergizes with this quite well. It's called the Quartermaster. It's a 5-cost 2/5 shit stats, right? But its card text is give your 1/1s. Give your Silverhand recruits, which is both from your token and from Muster. Give them +2/+2. So say you have a 1/1 on the field and you play this card, play the Quartermaster, you get a buttload of stats. You get a 3/3 and a 2/5. Say that you have 2 of them. You get 2 3/3s and a 2/5. Great combo. But remember that you have to put mana in to get those recruits in the first place. So say you use Muster and Quartermaster. Oh, I should have made it up there. Okay. That's 8 mana for a buttload of stats. It's really good, but it does cost 2 cards, which is a downside, but it's a decent card only for that card. generally speaking, if a card is only good for one card, or when you have to play like a buttload of other stuff for it to actually be useful, like have 2/1/1, sorry, on the field, it's not a great card. And that's only that's probably the most mediocre, one of the more decent cards in this set, Paladin. There's a 5/3 for 6, or was it 5? Either way, it's a really shit card. It's 5/3 for 5 or 6, a mech. That reads, when you summon a mech, this minion gains Divine Shield, which is awful. The Divine Shield, sure, cool, woo, Divine Shield, but the stats are 5/3. I mean, you can see stuff like the Scarlet Crusader, which have similar, it's a 3/1 Divine Shield. But the fact that it doesn't start out with Divine Shield means that it's awful. It'll just gonna get smushed, even with Divine Shield. How do I get up here? Even with Divine Shield, it's not great. Because, it just gets pinged off by, like, a mage. Oh, sick, Slime Banner. By the way, you might have noticed there was some Shadowite demon shit down there, which is really, we can't mine it yet, and there's not too much of it. It's for the next tier of difficulty. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm going up here so I can do a little bit of exploring for one. Nice, there's some stuff there. But also build up this thing right here, if we can manage it. Damn it, look at that katana. Okay, so looking at the other Paladin cards, there's also a, what is it called? It's a 2/2. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a 2/2 for 2 with Divine Shield, and it's a mech. This one is not half bad. It doesn't have very good stats, but the Divine Shield comes through it. It's like a Argent Squire, a 1/1 with Divine Shield. It could be good. It'll be very good in mech decks because it'll stick around. So your mech cards that are useful, that need that need mechs in your deck to synergize. It's one that's going to stick around. It's like Harvest Golem in that respect. So yeah, that one's alright. It's not amazing though. If it was like a 3/2 with Divine Shield, we'd be in business. What are the other ones? Okay, there's is it Seal of Light? Something like that. It's a 2-mana spell. Deal 2 damage. Ooh, oh, we can have that. Deal 2 damage. Or no, sorry. It's a spell, 2 mana, deal 2 damage. No, give your hero 2 damage and heal yourself for 4. There you go. Which is decent. It's alright. It actually gives Paladin some removal, right? It's not as good as, say, Frostbolt or the new Warlock card, which is a 2 mana, deal 3 damage. Basically a nerf Frostbolt, but it's really useful for Warlock, seeing as the nerf they got to Soulfire, which is now cost 1 mana, used to cost 0. But yeah, the Seal of Light, or wherever it's called, I should really be checking these things, is decent. It just doesn't do much damage. I mean, it's removal, it's early removal, which is something that Paladins have not had. I mean, the best they have is True Silver, which, don't get me wrong, is a great card. Not early removal though, it costs 4 mana. It's a 4 mana, 4/4 sword. I'm just be freaking building up this. Goddamn, I've been in the same cave system for ages now. 4 mana, 4/2 sword. Heal yourself for 2 each time you swing. So yeah, decent. But not early removal, as I was saying. So this Holy Seal of Light is going to give Paladins some early removal and some heals. It basically bridges the gap between, say, Holy Light and True Silver. So I think I'll get some play. So there goes Romeo. Romeo, oh Romeo, wherefore art thou? You are gone. But besides that, it's okay card. You know, it's decent. You noticing the trend here? We're getting a lot of decent cards, just decently decent. You know, not amazing, and some crap cards. Apart from that, what other cards did we get? I think that's close to being it. Oh, we got a 4/3 for 3, deal 2 damage to all Death Rattle minions, including your own. It looks at first rate that'd be a really good card, and it is. It'll be decent in certain metas. It's like what do you call it? BGH, Big Game Hunter. You know, it's a 4/2 destroy a minion with more than 7 attack. Or what's it called? Mind Control Tech, 3 mana, 3/3. If your opponent controls more than 4 minions, steal 1 at random as a battle cry. It's meta. It's based on the meta. How good it is based on the meta. It's a meta card. Tech card, you might say. And what with all the mechs that we're seeing in Goblins vs Gnomes, Death Rattle could be on the way out. I mean, while Undertaker sticks around, I don't think we're ever going to see an end to mechs. But at least we're going to get a lot of mech decks instead of Death Rattle decks, is what I meant to say. So this card is going to be useful for a few moments and then vanish. The fact that it also does damage to your own Death Rattle minions, while it does proc with, what do you call it, thingamabob, ancient eggs, Nerubian eggs, that's the word I'm looking for. So you could kill off your own Nerubian eggs, get 2 4/4s type thing. Besides that, which is, you know, a single card, it means you can't run any Death Rattles in your deck. So goodbye Harvest Golems, goodbye Sludge Belchers, goodbye all this stuff. That was very risky of me, we could have died. We almost did. Let's throw down a glow stick. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we got that anyway, fine. Notice we found a really good cave system here. Definitely making things a lot easier. Oh, there's a diamond there. Is that a diamond? God damn. I need to make platforms. What am I doing down here with no platforms? Not that we can actually use them here, I just realized, since it's like this background here you can't actually put stuff on. So I can't put a torch on here like I could upstairs because it's not actually background, it's actual like world background. But no bother, we can just do this and get diamonds. Too bad we'll need 15 of those for them to be any use. Yeah, we're getting pretty far down here. Useful stuff. I'm not too sure about Paladin coming up in the future. I've been experimenting with a lot of decks, a lot of these new cards, figuring out which ones might work, might not work. In deck builders and what have you, and mech deck is potential, has potential. There is a certain card which I've had a lot of issues with, and there's been annoyance, called Hobgoblin, or Hobo Goblin as I like to call him. Who is okay? So what his card text is he's a 2/3 for 3. If you when you play and notice the wording here, when you play a minion with 1 damage, give that minion +2/+2, so +2 health, +2 attack, which seems amazing. And the more you think about it, the more amazing it seems. Think about the combos with Muster for Battle. Think about the combos with Paladin Hero Power. Think about the combos with Imp Master, the 1/5 card text. At the end of each turn, deal 1 damage to this minion and summon a 1/1 imp. You know, you think, oh my god, I could get a 3/7 that gives me a 3/3 each turn. That's insane. Yeah, I spent some time looking into this after thinking such thoughts, and it turns out that this particular card does not give summoned minions this buff. Right? It doesn't give it. What I mean by that, there's two ways to get a minion into the field. Right? There is summoning a minion. Summoning a minion, what that means is, if you see a card that says, whenever a card is summoned, that means whenever a card, be it from hand, be it from a spell, be it from another minion, anything like that, whenever a minion comes onto the board through one of those things, that counts as summoned. Which is cool. But when you look at what the hobo actually says, Hobo Goblin says whenever a minion is played. Now, that doesn't seem at first to be that much of a difference, but you look a bit closer and you realize that played does not mean summoned. What played means is when you have a minion as a card in hand and you put it onto the board. Personally, you get your mouse, you click onto it, and you put it onto the field, and it turns a minion. It doesn't come from a spell, doesn't come from another minion, then it gets the buff. Which means we have no muster giving you 3/3/3s. Means no recruits turning into 3/3s when you play this card. It means no... well, I guess it means no Unleash the Hounds giving you 3/3s with charge. So in some ways, I guess it's a good thing that it doesn't. But still, I mean, I was so hyped for this card. This was the one card that I thought this could really give Paladins something that they could do. You know, some chance to actually be in the meta for once. I mean, I don't think Paladin's ever really been in the meta. Snail. We need fishing nets to get that, which unfortunately we don't have. Or butterfly net. I don't remember where we'd get that, actually. Is it from the merchant? I don't think so. Maybe. Yeah, you can make like a cage for that, or use it as bait in fishing. Yeah, so I thought we could have Token Paladin. Token Paladin, think about that. I mean, the only other token class out there is Druid, and Paladins have so little synergy with their token. Even with this new Quartermaster, their hero power just doesn't do anything. We've almost made it to the next layer of underground, you might have noticed. Sick. We can get down there. I really haven't been looking about how I'm going to get back out of here. You might just have to close the game and get back in. Thing to notice, to keep in mind for Terraria, is that you can just close the game or just disconnect from the map that you're on, reconnect, and you'll be back at the beginning of your spawn or at your bed, be as it may. Yeah, this whole Hobgoblin just getting me so excited, so like, yes, this is gonna be awesome. We're gonna have Hobgoblins, we're gonna have good targets, we're gonna actually have something to play that only Druids could really do before with, you know, token. Token just means, you know, having a bunch of little one-drop things that you buff up insanely, which Druids are really good at. And I thought maybe Paladins could be too, but no. No. We are not worthy of such an item. I mean, I'm sure Hobgoblin is still a decent card. You can, you know, run it with, I don't know, a bunch of one-drops. You can run it with, Echoing Ooze, and get 2, 3, whatever's. What's it called? It would be 1, 2, 3, 4s. 2, 3, 4s. So you get a 2, 3, and 2, 3, 4s for 5 mana, which is really good. That's insane. Unfortunately, you have to figure out what else you can do with Echoing Ooze. So technically, you could have like some sort of low-cost, low-drop aggro paladin that runs Echoing Oozes and Ardent Squires, Hobgoblin. Oh, there's Cochineal Beetle. Might as well get him. What else is there? Lesson of Kings, Lesson of Might, Sword of Justice. These are all cards which are, you know, decent cards. I won't go through each of them. They're buff cards. They're cards that you can bluff up other minions with. It could still be decent. I tried building it in a deck builder, didn't look decent, it looked pretty crap. But who knows? Maybe it'll be a new meta. Ooh, new meta.